ठीक है. So common red flags which you need to avoid, anything that contradicts your psychology and GTO performance, or anything that contradicts your own PIQ which you have already written, that needs to be avoided. Do not be over defensive if you have done any mistakes, if you have failed in your 12th standard, if you have not played any sport, if you don't have any hobby, or whatever thing that you feel is negative, do not get over defensive. Just accept it. Anyway, it will come out. Even if you defend yourself, it is understandable by an experienced interviewer. So do not be defensive at all. Accept whatever things are there, and do not blame others. Do not blame situations. Do not blame external circumstances. Do not blame other people because your life is this. Maybe others caused it, or I have done everything in my life, but luck did not favor me. ऐसे do not blame anyone. Just accept कि life यही था, and I have done all these things, and I am trying to improve. Given the resources, given the background you are coming from, how much you are trying to improve, you can show. And do not show lack of self realization also. That is again a very bad quality, because unless you are able to analyze your own behavior, your own decisions, your own aspirations, then who can help you? Even the organization cannot help a person who doesn't want to help himself. So that you cannot show. And do not have an unrealistic self image also. You cannot go too overconfident or too self critical. Be neutral, be happy with whoever you are as a person, accept your strengths and weaknesses, and try to work on them equally. That is all. All these red flags show lack of officer like qualities, and very, very common OLQs which are, you know, not revealed to a good amount when you contradict your own, PI. Responsibility, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. Overall, I had to summarize it in few words for the slides, so I've just put these three. Overall, all your officer qualities are in question if you are, not performing well in your PI. Okay, final minutes, do's, don'ts. Okay, we have 10 minutes to go, so we can cover this. The final minutes of the interview will be on the lines of, do you have any questions for me? The interviewing officer has asked you a lot of questions over the past, let's say, 30, 40, 50 minutes. So now he wants to ask in return, ki, do you have any questions for me? And do you have any feedback on your own performance? Like, how did the interview go? Would you have done anything differently if given a chance? और डू यू हैव एनी कंसर्न्स अबाउट द प्रोसेस इन इटसेल्फ कि 5 दिन का एसएसबी है, अभी एक पर्सनल इंटरव्यू हुआ आपका अराउंड 1 घंटे का, और डू यू हैव एनी कंसर्न्स, डू यू हैव एनी कंप्लेंट्स, क्वेश्चंस अबाउट द एंटायर प्रोसेस? So these are some questions which may come up at the end of your interview. If that is asked, like, what are some questions you can ask to the interviewing officer? You can ask genuinely about what happens during training, like how do you become an officer? Like अभी तो मैं civilian हूँ, ऐसे आईएमए में क्या हो जाती है कि मैं सडनली ऑफिसर बन जाऊंगा एंड आई विल बी एबल टू लीड अ रेजिमेंट. तो दैट इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन बिकॉज इट इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ जेन्यून क्यूरियोसिटी, जेन्यून इंटरेस्ट. एंड हाउ विल योर प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ बी? अभी मैं एज अ इंजीनियर ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ. आफ्टर 10 years इफ आई रिटायर एज अ शॉर्ट सर्विस ऑफिसर, like how would I have grown as a person, as an officer, and overall as a professional? If I have to come back into the civilian workforce, how will I be when I serve for 10 years in the army? Or your own development, how does it happen? How does my personal qualities, officer qualities improve? These are some good questions to ask because you are genuinely interested in them, and these are some things which an aspirant can have in mind. So such questions you can ask. Do not ask questions like what is the salary, wo Google mein mil jayega. What are some postings which I'll be getting? Because again, that is not in your hands. You are just following orders, and you can be put anywhere in India or around the globe also. तो डू नॉट गिव एनी प्रेफरेंसेस कि मुझे यहाँ सर्व करना है, इस यूनिट में ही जाना है. दैट इज नॉट इन योर हैंड्स, सो you need not have any aspirations on that. And do not ask about simple stuff like leave, because these are things which show that you are not genuinely there. Because any officer, any soldier would never be concerned about leave. Even if you work for 365 days, you are there for the country, and you are expected to have that sacrifice from when you are an aspirant only. So if you ask about things like salary, leave, then it is just like any other HR interview. You are coming, you are negotiating your salary, you are asking about leaves, एंड देन इट्स अ शेक हैंड कि उनको जो चाहिए तुम दे रहे हो, तुम्हें जो चाहिए वो लोग दे रहे हैं, एंड दैट्स लाइक अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. एंड आर्म फोर्सेस आर नॉट like that. They are expecting a lot from you, and they also give you a lot. So such very, very simple, trivial things need not be discussed, especially in the interview with such a senior officer. So yeah, these are the final few minutes. Overall, last 2 दिन का I tried to summarize what are the do's and don'ts. I will not go into details. ये self explanatory है. अगर 2 दिन आपने ध्यान दिया है, सब कुछ समझ लिया है, तो this is already there in your head. Be truthful, be structured, be very calm, accept your own failures, and show a growth mindset, show a learning attitude. That is all you need to remember as a summary overall your personal interview का. And what are some don'ts? Do not bluff anywhere. झूठ नहीं बोलना. Do not argue. Do not get defensive or do not try to come into a heated argument. Do not exaggerate anything. जितना था जो था वही बोलना है. Do not amplify or exaggerate anything. And do not compare yourself with other candidates or your own past self, because people are very unique and they are different from each other. And you comparing yourself with what you were as a person last week or last year, that is fair, because the battle is ultimately with yourself. No, you are improving and you are trying to become an officer, and it is not a competition. यहाँ पे there is no best fit formula. It is always the right fit. अगर तुम सही हो, irrespective of how many other people we have, we will select you. That is their philosophy, and you need not compare yourself with others, because ये वो कॉर्पोरेट इंटरव्यू नहीं है ना कि 10 वैकेंसी है, 100 लोग अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो मुझे 10 बेस्ट बंदे चाहिए, वैसे नहीं है. Armed forces can reject all 100 also, and if all 100 are good, they can take all 100 also. So that is how the interview is designed. So yeah, no comparisons with others. That is all. And this is important for you to know. Like, people ask, my interview went really, really well, but I'm still unable to find out कहाँ गलती हुआ, क्या हुआ. So these are the tools which will help you to understand how the interviewing officer finally takes a decision. First, he looks at your overall personality. It is a comprehensive assessment of everything: your character traits, your values, your behavioral patterns, etc., which also go on to indicate your core potential for leadership. अगर ये सब analyze करते हैं, so it will give a good prediction of whether you can become a good leader. So that is what they are interested in: your overall personality and how it relates to you becoming a good officer, good leader in the future. Consistency across all the tests, whether you have done the same in your interview, psychology, and GTO, that shows that it is genuine personality and not coming from some coaching academy, not coming from some, fake preparation or something. That is very important for you to reveal. And all the officer like qualities that we discussed, all those 4 factors, the 15 qualities, and those 15 are not exhaustive actually. There are a lot of such qualities. मैं 100-200 adjectives भी बोल सकता हूँ, which are officer like. So overall, whether you are suitable to become, I told you now on day one also, they are looking for suitability. So that you will have to show in the interview. And trainability is another thing we already discussed when we discussed psychology tests also. You What you are performing currently is your current personality, current potential, but there is something which the interviewing officer can predict कि हाँ, इस बंदे को अगर मैंने ये ट्रेनिंग दिया तो definitely he'll be able to do these things. That judgment they have seen a lot of cadets, lot of officers over the past many years. So that trainability indication is there in them. So that is what they are looking for. Your potential to develop into a leader, given the right training, given the right interventions, is also his area of interest, because there will always be weaknesses, there will always be qualities for which a candidate can be rejected. But are those qualities so bad that I should completely reject this guy? Or are they trainable? If I give him the right input, if I give him the right training during academy tenure, will he overcome those weaknesses? Is what they are trying to extrapolate and judge. So, yeah, overall, considering all these things, the interviewing officer will form his final opinion whether or not to recommend you. Yeah, so from an assessor's perspective, this is what the interview is. Will this person eventually become a good officer, a responsible leader, uh, young officer who will, do his job well? That is all they are interested in. And these are some, sub factors in the same thing. Whether you have long term potential, whether you have those qualities, and whether you can adapt to the environment, because you will be going into a completely new life. So, whether you have that potential, whether you have the basic qualities for it, and when that transition happens from civilian to military, whether you can adapt to it and do justice to your job. That is all. This is just a summary of everything we discussed. Just go through the red highlighted phrases. It is about who you are. It is about whether you are self-aware, whether you are authentic, and whether you are consistent across all the tests. That is all for your interview. From tomorrow, we'll start GTO tasks. That is also very interesting. So I expect all of you to attend tomorrow as well. That brings us to the end of this session. Let me stop sharing my screen and